Howdy everyone, my name is Aiko and today I'm going to be presenting my figures. I took a poll on Twitter and the most votes went to looking at my anime figure collection. It's something I'm very passionate about. I really like collecting them. I really like looking at the craftsmanship. It's something that I feel like I would never be able to do. I would never be able to pull it off very well. I'm trying to learn how to 3D model using Maya and a little bit of Substance Painter and a little bit of ZBrush. So I guess we'll see where it goes, but I'm not too confident in my skills yet. Okay, so I guess let's go right into it, huh? So I think this is my very first figure that I ever got. I mean, I have to buy them all with my own money. I don't get them as gifts. My family thinks I'm too weird for that. They want me to have normal hobbies. Obviously, that didn't go very well. But, this is the first one that I have. I got her off of Amazon. And, basically, it ended up being a bootleg. Like, the painting wasn't very good. And, like, this back half of her hair was, like, a darker color than the rest of her. There were like paint splotches. It was awful and I felt really bad that I had to like trash her, you know? I don't like buying bootleg figures. I didn't know anything about figures back then, so I tried really hard, but I didn't know anything about where to get figures or anything like that. I mean, there were resources. There were charts that I could follow. I just didn't know about them by the time I actually bought the figure with my Amazon gift card that I got for, I think, Christmas? On my birthday? One of those? It was like $20, $30, I don't remember, but the price skyrocketed since then, so I haven't been able to get another one. Very sad. This is the second one that I got, is the Ice Lily figure. I still have her, she's genuine. I really like this one, I really like the box design, this whole sparkly thing over here. It was when I feel like I was very first getting into Lily as a vocal, and she actually holds up as one of my favorites to this day with Rin and I think VY1 Mizuki. I really like them all. The next one that I got was the Racing Miku figure. I also got her off of Amazon. I obviously didn't learn my lesson from the last time. I was still pretty young, so I've had this for a little while. I can't get rid of her. I mean, she definitely looks dated, but I just can't get rid of her. I just can't. And I also really like buying figures like this because they make for excellent like drawing guides and references so that you can like spin the figure around and you can get like different perspectives and stuff. Yeah, that's also one of the many reasons why I like collecting anime figures. This next one I got, it was when I was able to actually go all about on my own and actually go places. I got this Rimaru Tempest figure. I actually got it from GameStop. I just randomly saw it and I was like, when did GameStop sell figures? So I picked him up and I still really like him. I mean there are better figures of him out there and there are like more variety out there too. But it was like $20 or $30, something around there. That's actually gonna be a theme in the good majority of my owning of anime figures. A lot of them are like in the $20, $30 range because anime figures can be very expensive. I'm not made of money. Maybe someday, but not today. I do hope to have a whole big collection someday. I want to have like a whole anime figure room with like a whole bunch of like manga lining the shelves as well, and like different monitors and different game systems and stuff. I also really like collecting game systems. It's like I don't go out of my way to buy game systems. I'm not like that. I don't have that kind of money. I just keep the game systems that I've had since I was very young. For instance, my first game system that I could actually call mine was my DS Lite. And It was the white one. Of course it was white. I took it everywhere. It's very dirty. I actually dropped it on a hard surface. And you know the little light that turns on when you turn on the DS and it tells you like if you need to charge the battery or not? Yeah. That popped out. So like I have a bit of like a hanging screen for a little while. And my dad felt bad. So he super glued it back on for me. He was very nice in doing that. But he accidentally super glued the R button down. So I had to push it a whole bunch of times so that I could get Mario to do things that he needed to do in the Mario 64 DS game. That was also my first experience with Mario 64. I'm not that old. I'm 22. I'm not that old. I did play the original Mario 64. I didn't play it on the Nintendo 64. I did play it on the Wii with the classic controller later on. So I have played both. Okay. So Rin and Len, they were my first Nendroids that I got. I bought them off of AmiAmi after doing some research on it. I highly recommend AmiAmi as a place to buy basically any kind of figures. If you're into like different hobbies and stuff, they have a lot of happy stuff on there. So many things. They have so many things. But I actually got these off of the pre-owned section. And the way the pre-owned section works is that if you get in there the right time of day when they restock everything, that's when you can get all the figures that are really on the popular side of things. That maybe are kind of old, but like are still in demand, even though they're not in print anymore. I've had some luck at like 1 a.m. my time. I've had some luck at 10 a.m. my time. I heard that it's random. It used to be like, I think it used to be at like 12 p.m. my time, but I don't remember. I think they made it random now. If I find anything else on that, or if somebody else knows more about that, feel free to leave a comment about it. But yeah. It's a place that I like looking through a lot, and I was able to find these two, and I was like, dude, I have to have them. They're so cute. And I didn't have any Nendroids at the time, and so I got them many months later. I opened them and took them out of the box. They were sticky. It was gross. They came out sticky. That's not a normal thing from AmiAmi. I think it's just because they were in the box for a long time. I don't think they were brand new. I think they were just in the box for a while. So I took them out of the box, right? And I was like trying to switch out the little face plates because I wanted them to have their little mouths open. So as I was trying to do that, I popped the heads off of them. I popped the heads off of both. I was so upset with myself. They were like really, really fragile. I was not expecting them to be so fragile. Like, I know that anime figures in general, they are very on the fragile side. Like, you shouldn't drop them. You shouldn't like manhandle them, I guess. You should be very careful putting parts together. But these were very much more on the kind of like glass breaking side. It was very, very nerve-wracking to have like all these broken parts, because I tried multiple times and I had to like get the little knobby thing out of the socket. It was very hard. So I just kind of carefully went with one, and I super glued the rest of it on there, and now they just kind of don't move. I mean, I didn't plan on reselling them or anything anyway, so I guess it's okay. I would like to replace them someday, but I would feel too bad just throwing them away, you know? I hope that they get NT versions. I really do. I really do. This is my first Figma. I got Rin to replace the other one that I broke. I thought I would be able to pose her any way that I wanted to. Like, I thought she would be able to bend at the waist and stuff, right? She does not. I mean, I still really like having her. And she does make for excellent drawing guides because, like, her arms can move and all her different hand plates and stuff. So I would recommend, if you do have a Vocaloid or some other Figma. Well, I shouldn't say that. If you have a character that does end up having like a Figma or like a statue or something like that, I would recommend obtaining it. It would be like a really good visual guide to where everything should go, as the figure is 360. Like, if they're not normally seen in a 360 view and you can't like manipulate any of them. Like in the older Project Diva games, you were able to like spin them around and do like a photo pose mode, and that was awesome, okay? That was like an artist's dream, right? Unfortunately, you can't do that in Future Tone, and I don't think you can do that in Mega Mix either. I don't remember. But, yeah. Okay, so I got this Miku figure. This is a Miku title Easter figure. I think it's actually really, really good quality for what it is. Like, it's a prize figure, right? And it's like so high up there. Like, you compare it to older figures that you would get in like, what is it, 2010 or something? And like, this $30 thing is better than what the 2010 figures would retail for, and it has like so much detail and all of that. You can really see how far the industry has come, and I think that's absolutely amazing, right? So, I got this figure off of, not the Taito website, not AmiAmi, not some other pre-order or proxy service or anything like that. I got it off of Toreba. I don't recommend Toreba, especially now that the price hike has happened. But I ended up being really, addicted to Toreba and, like, the crane game thing. And I was like, I won once, I won twice, I can win again. Spoiler alert, I hardly won again. I spent, like, maybe, like, oh my god, maybe $500 or something. And I probably only got, like, maybe $80 worth of merchandise? Maybe? And that's being generous. Like, I don't recommend it. It's really easy to get addicted to it. It's like gambling, dude. I don't recommend it. Please don't do it. If you're in the Toreba hole and you're not very good at it, please stop. There are places where you can actually buy the thing that you were trying to fish for. So I would consider putting into Google whatever you were looking for, or into maybe Neokyo, actually. Neokyo is a really nice service. Like, there are some things that you need to watch for on Neokyo. Like, you gotta make sure that you're not buying things directly from China, because there's a chance that it could be a bootleg. If you're not sure of a seller, just skip the seller. That's what I would do. They have like all these different like websites that you can go to and order off of through Neokyo, and when you order from them, they store it in a warehouse, so that you can order multiple things and have it go to the warehouse, and then you can have that bunch that were in the warehouse, you can have all of that like shipped to you at once. And I think that's really useful. So you can spend a month just building up your little crate wish list thing, and like you can be buying them at different times, buying all the things that you want at different times, and then you can have it all shipped to you at once. You can pay for the cheap shipping like I do and get your stuff within 3 to 6 months without any tracking. I wonder if the boat sank or not. Yeah. Yeah, I do a lot of waiting. Alright, continuing onwards. This is my first Luca figure. I know that I'm talking about a lot of Vocaloid figures. I don't only have Vocaloid, I just really like their designs. They did a really good job. Okay, it's so good. Okay. So I really wanted a Luca figure, especially because of all the details in her outfit. I wanted to have something that I could look at. And I also wanted to be able to see her pose in like 3D, because I wanted to be able to draw more like this. So, spoiler alert, I haven't done a whole lot with it since then. My bad. But I do want to collect more of these Project Diva figures. Spoiler alert, I don't have Meiko and I don't have Kaito. Like, I want to get some of the higher end figures of their like updated designs. So I'm hoping to be able to do that someday. Someday. It's just not on my super mega wish list yet. Not yet. Okay, so this is the Buy Cute Miku figure. I got this off of Nyokyo as well as a proxy. I think I used the Mercari feature on there. That's also something that you need to be wary of. Make sure that you're not buying from suspicious people. She came in a set with a bunch of other Mikus that we're gonna get to. That's the reason why I have so many Mikus, actually. I wasn't actually planning on getting this specific one. I wanted to originally get the black one because I liked her faceplate more. But I got this one in the mail. She is huge. She's a lot bigger than I thought she would be. I thought she would be the size of a normal price figure, but no. She's like the size almost of like, I guess you could think of like a quarter scale. Something along there. I don't think she's actually 2 scale. I don't remember. I'll probably put the details up on screen. But, yeah. The netting is done very, very well. For a figure that's as cheap as she is, you couldn't get anything better, I feel like. The quality is absolutely amazing, and if you're on the fence of getting this one for whatever reason, she is sculpted very, very well. Be careful who you buy from, and make sure that you get pictures of like the box and whatever. If you get it pre-owned, make sure you're not getting any broken parts. But yeah, she's pretty heavy, so make sure she doesn't fall off of anything when you display her. Like some of these parts, like the ears, are kind of flimsy. But she's sculpted very, very well. The pose is very, very lifelike when you're like looking at it from across the room. The light really hits her really well. They did a really good job on the whole design aspect of the figure. They did a really good job. And I still want the black one. I'll have the white one on one side and the black one on the other. Yeah. I know there's another Miku Bunny figure, but I didn't really like that one that much. I think the netting was like a plastic, and I don't really like that. I really like the actual like netting of it. They did a really good job. Like, it didn't even look super messy on the back. I mean, like, yeah, the seam is kind of big, but it's a $30 figure, and you're most likely not going to be looking at it from the back. You could do like 3/4 view and almost like a side view and like the front view without seeing it. So yeah. Okay, these next few figures of Lily I got in a set. I really like Lily, and she doesn't have a lot of figures, so I was like, why not collect them all? And they're all like kind of cheap from what I've seen, from the ones I was able to find. Actually, there were a few that I wasn't able to find, and one that I ordered, it ended up being like a bootleg, and I was so upset with it. Like, the actual sculpt was kind of okay. I mean, she looked kind of like a bird. She didn't really have any defined joints, but the shading was also kind of weird. I mean, the figure was also sticky. The face looked kind of weird, but like they tried, right? They tried. You can tell that they tried to get it right. But the base didn't fit into like the holes of the boot where you like put the base on. And that made me so upset. Like, they didn't even try to make the shapes right. So like, I don't know if somebody just got like random parts and threw it in a box and sent it to me, or what. But I was so upset I threw her away. She was really heavy too. But enough about that. These two figures, I really like the overall composition of. I feel like they represent Lily very, very well. Like, this one kind of has a weird face when you look at it from different angles, but like, you kind of can't go wrong. But if you don't like this one, I would recommend either this one, or there are a few others actually. I actually didn't pay very much for these ones either. Like, I paid, I think maybe $25 or $30 for this one over here. And then this one I paid like $7 or $8, and like I accidentally bought two, but they were both really, really, really dusty. So if you really like Lily, I got them off of Nyokyo. They have a whole bunch of Lily stuff on there, so definitely go check it out. Make sure you're not buying from a bootleg seller. These two as well I got off of Nyokyo. This one I didn't know existed for a while. This one I think is my favorite Lily figure that I have. Like, they're both sculpted really, really well. They're both sculpted really, really well. This one is basically the same as the ice figure that I have already, but it's just normal Lily colors. So I was gonna have them flank each other side by side, but I forgot that they both face the same direction, so that's something you need to keep in mind when you buy them. This one, I just really like the composition of it. I like how it goes from like this thin thing that matches her body, and then it flares out like this, and then it goes back to being thin again. Like, I don't know if she's to scale or anything like that. I don't remember. But she does look really, really nice in real life. I also didn't pay very much for these ones either. I think maybe like $20.15, I think. $20, $15, something around there. I'm very good at finding the bargains. It also kind of helps that they're not in like super high demand, I guess. Okay, so these are a couple Mikus that I got in like the set with that bunny Miku. This one's the Project Diva one, and this one, I don't remember. I think this is for arcade or one of the Sega figures. But out of both of these, I think this one would be my favorite. I feel like this is the most representative out of Miku's box art that you can get. It looks really nice in real life. I really recommend it. I really, really do. But this one, I wouldn't display it unless you're displaying it higher than your eyesight, because she's constantly like looking down. So I kind of have her just sitting on my desk, but I'm looking at the top of her head basically. I mean, she is made very, very well. They're both very, very good sculpts and everything. They're both very, very good sculpts. The paint job is very, very nice for both of them. This one is very, very shiny too. Compared to this one is more of a dull, more of a dull paint style, I guess. But I really do like these two. I also got them off of Neokyo. They weren't very expensive. I think with the Bunny Miku, these two, and then I think there was like one more or something. It was like $20, $30 for that pack of thing. I think somebody really wanted to get rid of them. I think that's what it was. I think so. Okay, so this is technically my first Misaka Makoto figure. I really like Toaru Kakaku no Railgun. I really like a certain scientific railgun. Like, I think it's my favorite anime that I have ever watched. Like, out of the other anime that I like, I just really like how when Misaka was going through her whole phase of trying to blow up all the factories and stuff. I guess I feel like I should call them labs, but I'm gonna call them factories. I feel like it displayed a character that had her flaws, and she was a female character that was also powerful, but she also like succumbed to her emotions. And I didn't really see that a whole lot in the anime that I was watching. Like a lot of the anime that is aimed at like girls, you see they have their problem, they kind of cry it out a little bit, they have their friends help them, and then bam, the day is saved, everybody's happy, right? But she wasn't so happy. She felt like she couldn't really rely on anybody else, and sometimes we feel like that, right? I feel like that feeling isn't portrayed enough in anime without the friends being all like, hey, we're always there for you within like 5-10 minutes. Like, sometimes people need to live it out. This spanned over a few episodes, if I remember correctly. Sometimes people need to live out those emotions a little and like find themselves. So, but like my issue with a lot of these Misaka Makoto figures is that they don't do something right. Like, sometimes their faces are weird. In this case, the figure is colored kind of weird, but I think it's because it's older. along with like the lack of point in the hair. I think it's because it's older, but you know what? I own it now, so I don't think I'm gonna get rid of it. I think I'll still try to cherish it. Maybe I'll put it somewhere where I don't have to feel too worried about accidentally knocking it over. But this is the one that I do have that I am worried about knocking over. She actually came out recently. I really wanted something that really defined her as a railgun, right? As her railgun title. And I really wanted to have the whole electric beady beady going on in the background. I really wanted her to have her coin, and I felt like I couldn't have it all, right? But now I have it all. And then you're supposed to be able to like turn her when she's in her lightning thing, but like I'm afraid to do that, so I just kind of have her in this default pose here. Also, the lighting is actually pretty big, so you're gonna need like, I feel like she would take up a whole little shelf space in a detail, something around there. Her lighting does stretch out pretty far, so if you're thinking about getting her, she released recently. I think she was like $150. She's actually one of the first expensive figures that I've bought. I don't buy a whole lot, especially since I don't have money, but I got her off of AmiAmi. I felt like there wasn't gonna be another chance where I would buy a Misaka Makoto figure where they actually got her face right. Sometimes figures have that issue where like you'll look at a bunch of variations of a character and their faces just always look different. Like, maybe the sculpt is really good, right? And then it's just that one thing that puts you off. I've had that with a lot of the Misaka Makoto figures, especially like the last one that I showed you, right? I mean, I still have a whole bunch of them on my wish list, but they could all basically be different people. Just, cosplaying as the same character, I guess. So, yeah, I really recommend this one. I really like looking at her, and, I really like the whole overlap of the lightning. I think that was a really nice touch. She came with a lot of packaging. She came with a lot of protection. So, as long as you don't beat up the box too bad, I guess. I also ordered her with a book at the bottom, so maybe get a book too. Maybe that'll help you. What? Okay. I was missing Cerberus in that list for some reason, but I did buy her recently. I got her pre-owned. She is also from Rigid Bahamut. I plan on getting all of those figures someday. I love that game. I love the artwork. I want the art book. I haven't gotten the art book yet. Shame on me. But I plan on getting it someday. And this is I would consider one of the top figures I've been wanting for a very long time. And when I did get the box in the mail, I swear I held that box in my arms for like 10 minutes. And my pandas were staring at me like, dude, you gotta break the box. Just open it already. But like I don't have a lot of space to put her right now, so she's just kind of out in the open with Coco and Mimi. So yeah. She's also in Dragalia Lost as a summon. I hope she is an actual playable character someday. I'm trying to get like 4 copies of Cerberus so that I can have like an all Cerberus team. And it's probably not the best meta-wise, but it's okay. I really like her. And I also have her in Grand Blue Fantasy, and she just got an uncap. And she got new artwork. Like, she had like really, really old artwork from when the game around when the game first came out, right? And she got new artwork and it looks absolutely fabulous. And I'm like, that's my girl. That's my girl. Okay. So, this is what I have for pre-orders. So, the majority of these are from AmiAmi, but I got Gura off of Good Smile. I actually pre-ordered 2 of her just in case I accidentally broke one. Cause like I don't really wanna repeat the same issue that I had with Rin and Len and Droids. But I got these desktop figures because look at Rin, she's so cute. Look at Luca, she's so cute. They hardly get figures anymore. So I felt like I had to buy them. And I can't wait to be able to do like really cool looking displays like these. Put them by my computer. I got the Miku NT because I really like the design, but the hair really won me over. The hair really won me over. That's also something that I really also like about anime figures. The hair. The hair is always so nice. It's great. And then I pre-ordered the Gura Nendroid. It's not because I'm a huge Gura fan. It's because I felt like her Nendroid and all of her props and everything that she comes with, I feel like they amped the production value up to 10 for her Nendroid. And I feel like looking at different hollow figures, or looking at different hollow Nendroids, I should say, I feel like some of them really get the cheap end of the stick compared to Gura. Like, I feel like they put a whole bunch of personalities just in the faceplate by itself. And then, like, you can see all the gradients in the clothing and all the detail that they put into it, and like in the tail and in the trident and the hair. Look how different the hair is. That must be like a pain in the butt to do. And I feel like they really gave a bother. Instead of having like a slap put together Nendroid, I guess. I feel like they put a lot of personality into it, and I really appreciate it. And I feel like it's a good place where Nendroids are going next. I really do. Okay, so I think Corona is my favorite Hololive character. I really do look up to her, and I was watching one of her live 3D concerts where she does her tippy taps, and I was like, dang. She was so good. She was so good. I want to be able to live up to her standards someday. So that's why I pre-ordered her pop-up parade. I look forward to when more Hololive characters get pop-up parades and like actually full-scale figures. I'm really looking forward to what they do with the composition. I feel like with the personalities behind each of the characters, I feel like they could accomplish a lot of things. But I guess it depends on what Cover wants to do. I feel like they're the ones that are in charge of it. But anyway, Dark Angel Olivia over here, she got a re-release. I don't know why she got a re-release. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I would expect it from Forte or like some other characters that also appear in Grand Blue Fantasy or Dragalia Lost. I mean, Olivia also appears in Dragalia Lost, but they're still marketing her as from Rage of Bahamut, Shinjiki no Bahamut. So I don't really know where she got her re-release, but this is one of the figures I've been wanting for a very long time. Like, I played Shinjiki no Bahamut, like, I think I was 12. That was like 10 years ago. I started off playing on my iPod Touch, and I eventually got like a Samsung tablet because my mom was all like, here, you can do all these things with it now. And I was like, sweet. And she was like, now you don't have to keep switching between devices and stuff. You can just do everything on your tablet. And I was like, thanks, Mom. I proceeded to play 2 accounts on my tablet and my iPod Touch. And she was like, oh, okay. That's basically all I use my tablet for, besides illegally downloading Rosario Vampire onto it. And reading manga on it. So I'm really excited for her to come in. I don't think she's gonna be released until a little bit later. I think in a few months. But I really did like the artwork. I love the artwork so much for her character. And I was so excited when they brought her into Grand Blue Fantasy, but I feel like the artwork wasn't as good as what she originally had in Shinjiki no Bahamut. I'm definitely looking forward to getting some sort of backdrop for her that resembles her old background. She's actually one of the characters that I looked at and I was like, I want to learn how to draw anime so I can learn how to draw like that. I want to be able to release figures like her someday too. I want to be able to get good at making 3D anime characters. Maybe someday. I'm still not up to stuff, but it's because I'm not doing my reps. But yeah, I'm really excited for her to come in. She's probably gonna be a powerhouse of a big figure too. I don't know where exactly I'm gonna put her. I don't know. I also ordered the F-Next Miku figure with the Wowow headphones because I own the headphones. I have a whole display planned for it. I don't use the headphones very often because they actually really suck. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm using $12 earbuds right now for my mic, and they're better than the Miku headphones that I got for $300 as a gift from someone. I got them for Christmas, and they came with like a cute carrying case that I never take anywhere, and they came with like the mic, they came with some wires, but they overall suck. I mean, she talks to you when you turn on or turn off the headphones, and when you're running out of battery. I think she speaks Chinese though, so if you were hoping for Japanese Miku, she mostly speaks Chinese, so that's something to keep in mind. I think she opens with Japanese and then she'll like close in Japanese, but like if you're low on battery, she'll tell you in Chinese. Yeah, I don't really recommend them, especially because one of my lights, like this light over here, it went out, so it's like teal blue, and it just doesn't look very good, and I can't get it fixed. I can't send it to them because I'm not in China, so unless I can get it fixed somehow, some way easier, I'm not gonna recommend them. If you really want those headphones, I would recommend trying to like mod some existing headphones yourself. Like, I feel like it would be easier than trying to do all that. Like, yeah, I don't even know if you can get these headphones anymore, but I'm also really hesitant from buying from Wowow again because they have like really cute looking cat ear headphones too, but I'm really hesitant from buying them again. So I guess look up reviews if you want to buy them, but anyway, I also really like the design of the hair. I really like the design of the hair. They really get me on the hair. That's why I have so many Miku figures that I want. It's because they do a really good job on the hair sculpts. I really appreciate the craftsmanship. And like the base also lights up, so I'm very excited for that too. I'm very excited for it. I can't wait for her to come in. I can't wait. She's so cute. I love it. I love it. Okay. Onwards with my super wish list. Okay. So I grew up, I wouldn't say I grew up, but my first anime that I watched when I was like 11 or 12 in 3 parts on YouTube was Lucky Star. I think I watched the English dub first, and then later on when I got more into anime, I watched the English sub version, and I was like, huh, I think I kind of like this more. I don't know. But I do want all the Nendroids of the characters, and I want some specific Figmas of the characters, but these are like the main ones that I would want to buy first, I guess. Along with these two, I feel like these two hold a special place in my heart. Especially like Miyuki and Tsukasa, because Miyuki was the character I first decided to look up to as a person. When I was younger, I wanted to be like elegant and refined and be able to be that shoulder that people can rely on, basically. That didn't end up happening. I'm a goofball. I ended up looking more towards Tsukasa when I got older, because I really liked her airheaded nature. I feel like she was a really relatable character to me, and I still feel like I relate to her now. I mean, I also really like Konata and I like Kagami, but it's these two that really stand out for me. And Miyuki, I have a plush keychain of her that I paid $20 for off of eBay with my little me money. And my parents are like, why would you want to pay $20 for something that looks like a sock? I got this little plush keychain of her, and I actually still have it. I still have it. I was so excited to have her, and I put her on my bag and everything. And then once I figured out some of my keychains were falling off, I took her off and kept her at my house right away so that she wouldn't fall too. Okay. These are my higher end Ren and Lin figures that I really want, the Tony versions. Once again, I really appreciate the craftsmanship and I really like their voice banks. I really like hearing them together. It's mostly the craftsmanship, to be honest. I mean, these figures are also really expensive, so I'm not looking forward to paying that price tag, but yeah. I feel like that would be a nice collection edition. I really can't wait to have them someday. Someday I'll have them. And then the Meltdown Rin, I was close to having her, but some of the pieces were broken off and I was like, okay, maybe some other time. So, maybe some other time. I'll get her someday. Meltdown is one of my favorite Kagamine Rin songs. I feel like it's that one and Tokyo Teddy Bear that really solidified her as one of my favorite vocals. Okay, this is the Miku collection of figures that I want. I want both of the Magical Mirai 2020 figures. I normally don't really like the Magical Mirai figures. I don't really like the designs all that much. Like, I don't like this year's design very much. But these two, I feel like they were a slam dunk. Like, look how cute they are. I like the fluffy aspect of the winter. And I like the summer party, bright color aspect of the summer festival one. I really like them both. I feel like I'm leaning more towards the... I feel like I'm leaning more towards the pastel figures. I don't really like the whole pinkness of her hair and her hair flying around like this, but I really like this one. I don't know why I'm that specific about it, but I don't know. This My Ethos figure of Miku, I missed the pre-order. I'm so mad about it, and there was like an opportunity for me to buy it again, but I feel like I shouldn't right now. I feel like I should save my money for like more important things, if that makes sense. Especially since I've been trying to get some upgrades for my whole, I guess I wouldn't really call it a setup, but just for some quality of life upgrades, I guess I should say. Like, I have to pay rent now. I have to feed my pandas. I have to fix whatever they break. Things like that. This cat food Miku figure. I want this one because she was the first figure. Well, I shouldn't say that. She was the first module that I had that I completed a song on perfect with. Like, that was the song that I was on, and I was really, really proud of myself. So I kind of consider it to be more of a trophy thing rather than a display because I like it thing. I also want these two because they're featured in the one MMORPG song. I do really want them, but they're not like super impressive as figures overall. I think it's more along the lines of, hey, if I had a dream setup, what kind of setup would I have? And I would be like, Miku! 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 Okay. I really want this quarter scale of Miku V3. I really liked her V3 box art. I think the art was amazing. A lot of people had some conflicting opinions on her hair, how big it is and stuff. But I really like the overall over-exaggeration of Miku's hair. I feel like it's a really nice artistic interpretation that everybody can take. Also, I really like the shading and the craftsmanship. Ghost Rule, the Ghost Rule figure. That one and like Ghost Rule and Hibikase are like the main Miku songs that I really, really like. I feel like those are like my main go-to Miku songs. There are some covers that I like. Like I like somebody covered Jitter Doll using her voice bank, and they did a really, really good job. I think there's also Thread Nation. Somebody covered Thread Nation, and they did a really, really nice job. I'm gonna put these links in the description actually, because if you like those, if you like that type of music, you should go check it out. But yeah. I also have Dpc Girl on here because it's classic, and I really like the overall composition of her figure. I really like how it feels like she's underwater. Like, they did a really good job of adding that lack of gravity to her figure, and adding all these little details like the coral. They really do a positive impact on her base. And that was before, I feel like it was before they really could do really, really nice bases. I know this figure is pretty old. So. And then Miku continued. I just really like the composition of the winter figure Miku. I don't like a whole lot of the Miku winter figures, but I like how dynamic it is. I really like the sharp edges. I really like the action. I like the drama. I want the blooming in Sakura Japan Miku. The blooming in Japan Sakura Miku. I really like the subtle gradients that she has, and it might just be because she's exclusive, to be honest. That might be the main reason why I want to collect this one. Because she's harder to come by, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I feel like she also looks better. I feel like she also looks better than the other Sakura Miku Nendroid, in my opinion. But if you don't like this one, the other one is easier to come by. And I also have the Tyrant Miku figure on here. I play this song a lot. I'm trying to get it perfect on Project Diva Mega Mix. I want to be able to like show you guys someday my progress. I'm pretty okay at the game. Like, I can do hard, no problem. It's just I haven't done a whole lot of attempting in extreme yet, because I'm trying to challenge myself and get like perfects on all the hard songs. Like, I've been trying, right? I hope to get better someday. I need to play more, but that's not in the cards right now. But I feel like once I get it perfect in extreme or Sadistic Music Factory, then I'll probably buy this one as a trophy. Okay, I like K-On! I want the high quality K-On! Figures for I want to put the band together, and I want them to have the matching uniforms, and I was gonna instead go with the price figures because I didn't think the poses would matter so much, but I really didn't like the craftsmanship of the cheaper ones. I really didn't like it, so that's why I have the altar ones here on my wish list. I would also want to get the Nendroids because I feel like it's kind of weird to be collecting all of them when they're in like their full form, but like, look at Yui. I love her. She's so happy. I love her. She's my favorite character, I think, out of the series. And then we have the rest of them. I want them all together. I do. I want to give them their own little backdrop too. Like they're on stage. Like they deserve to be. Yeah. Okay. More wish list. This is another Dark Angel Olivia. This is actually her 3rd limit break. The other one was her 4th limit break. I don't know why this one was made, to be honest, but I'm glad it is because she does look really nice. Like, I don't prefer the twin tail design, but the overall color scheme is very nice. They did a really good job. And this Miku over here is actually also from Rage of Bahamut, and it really surprised me that she got one based on her art from Rage of Bahamut. Because I really didn't think something like that would happen, especially like, you know how she's doing a whole bunch of collaborations with right now with like a bunch of other games and stuff? Like, I don't see a whole bunch of merch from that. I mean, I know that she has some of it, but the art looked absolutely amazing. She had 3 different artworks, right? This is the one from, I believe it's from her Human Man Realm one. She also had one for the gods. It's like green. And that featured Rin and Len as well with them. And she also had like a red demon one. And that one was also really nice, but I think I liked this one the most. I did not play in the man realm at all. That was like defense. And then the demon was offense. I was the demon realm. And I think the god was like a little bit of the in-between thing. So each one had their own different buffs. And they didn't change until very late game be able to change what kind of realm you had. And I think that was left behind something as well. Too bad the game isn't playable anymore. Okay. These are some more figures that I would recognize from Rage of Bahamut. I do really like the series. I really attribute that series for like actually wanting to learn how to draw and motivating me to learn. So we have Vampy, also known as Vanya, but yeah. She's also in Dragalia Lost, so you can see her there, and Grand Blue Fantasy as well. I'm always gonna call her Vanya though. I'm not used to calling her Vampy at all. This is the Dark General from Rage of Bahamut. I had her as a card, but I don't think I limit bricked her all the way. I don't think I ever got enough copies. And this down here is Dark Dragoon Forte. I have her in Dragalia Lost and in Grand Blue Fantasy as well. I feel like they scuffed her art in Grand Blue Fantasy. Like, they did the same pose, right? But it's just less detail compared to their original artwork. And I feel like they made her cheeks a little bit too big. I don't know. I feel like she was very scuffed. I don't know. She didn't deserve what she got. But it's okay. Dragalia Lost made her look a lot better. When she was released in Dragalia Lost, I freaked out and I spent as many pulls as I could trying to get her, and I finally got her. And I was like, mission complete. Too bad I hardly use her now. Okay. We move on. Okay. More vocal aid stuff, but Temptation Luca. I want this figure because I really like her poker. What's it called? Oh no. It's been a little while. I don't remember the name of the song. Blackjack. I really do love that song. Like, I was singing it in my head and I was like, do 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 do. Trying to think of the name. But I also want to be able to learn that dance someday that she does for the song in the PV. I just thought it was also really well designed, and it was like one of those PVs that you know that they put a lot of thought into. And they really did go out of their way to make it look amazing. I want this Lily because she's the alternate of the other one. Literally no other reason. I want both. And like, this Lily is also really, really cute. Like, I like her little Hello Kitty hat. I didn't know this was a thing at all until I found it, and I was like, gosh darn, I need it. But I don't know if I'll ever be able to get it. Like, I don't know if it's ever gonna be available anywhere for me to purchase. So, maybe someday. Maybe someday. Okay. I do like the Danganronpa girls that everybody loves. I like Kyoko and I like Chiaki as characters. I cried when Chiaki, at the very end of season... Was it season 2 of Danganronpa? I don't remember, but when she had her whole demise of a story happen, I was like, no! And I cried. I didn't cry looking at what happened in the game, but I cried about what happened in their actual real life story. Another Misaka Makoto. This was, I was actually planning on getting this one instead of the other one, but I felt like the other one was like more in character, I guess I should say. Like, I recognize what's going on here from one of the scenes of the show, but I remember her being a lot more angry. I also have Accelerator on here. I'm actually starting to like him a lot more as a character than when he was first introduced. I think they're doing a really good job with the story arc. Granted, I haven't seen Accelerator's series yet. I know him from Index, and I know him from the first season of Certain Scientific Railgun, so I haven't seen much more past that. Just saying, guys. I'll get there someday. And this is Lyria from Grim Blue Fantasy. I'm waiting for her Nindroid to come back in stock, hopefully someday. It's like $70. Rip. It isn't even all that fancy of an android, I guess I could say. Like, the girl in Android is a lot more diverse than she is. So, I would like to have her someday because I like Lyria as a character. But it's gonna be put off for a little while. I also have a Vryn plushie. I have a Vryn sitting around in my room. I also like him. I do like him. And then I feel like these two are like the ultimate part of my wish list. Especially Mocha. I've had my eye on this figure for a very, very long time. And then when I feel like I found a figure of her that is close to her original retail price, it's fake. She has so many bootlegs out there. Like, you see her with a really, really bright red dress that looks almost orange, I guess I should say. And she'll be like missing a couple things. And I'll be like, dude, what the heck? But this is based off of the art from my favorite cover of Rosario Vampire. She is also my favorite character from Rosario Vampire, and I still look up to her as like a really cool character that actually has a heart. And she was also drawn really, really well in the manga. Absolutely every single frame that she was in, I was like, dang, she's so pretty. She's like my anime waifu. And then this is Narumaya from Grand Blue Fantasy. She carried me hardcore through a lot of content. I feel like I need to thank her. I also really like her design. And I really like her character as well. She's so sweet. I think she's very sweet. So yeah. I believe that's all of my figures. Though I have a lot more. I do have a lot more on my wish list, but I felt like we should only look at the important ones. I have so many on my wish list. I have at least 100 on there, and a lot of them are like cappies. Like, a lot of them are Rin, a lot of them are Misaka. Like, I'm not even joking. A lot of them are Miku, but I figured I would put the important ones on there. So, yeah. I figured this would be a good way for you guys to know a little bit more about me. I do plan on having like an actual like debut video at some point. I'm trying to animate it right now. But yeah. I'm trying to learn more stuff so that I can capture my full vision. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed to me on Twitch, you should totally go do that so that I have a chance to debut faster. I told myself I wasn't gonna debut unless people were actually gonna go and watch me. So you should subscribe to me on Twitch so that you stay notified for when that happens. So yeah. Well, if you made it all the way to the end and you actually care about my interest, I really appreciate you. I hope that I'll be able to talk with you guys more eventually, especially being able to stream more. I mean, I can't stream more right now, I'm in school, but maybe around fall break or Christmas break I'll be able to stream more. Probably. So I'm looking forward to that. I also got this new mic, and I'm sorry if you hear like constant little bzzz going on. I don't know how to use it yet. I've been trying to play with like the filters and stuff, so it's better than it could be. So I'm still trying to figure it out. It picks up a lot of noise that I didn't think it would pick up. And for some reason I sound really quiet in the mic. I don't know why. This is a really long outro. But yeah. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope to see you guys in another video or maybe in another stream. So, thank you. Goodbye.